What's up YouTube, KidMoto22 here, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about why I think you should always wear your helmet. Let's get to it. Welcome back YouTube, and if you heard in the intro, I'm going to tell you why I think you should always wear your helmet. Now, this is controversial, and some of you guys are going to like this, and some of you are absolutely not going to like it, but I am a proponent for always wearing your helmet. I'll tell you why, because for me, it's very personal, but I also do think that because of my experience, I have a little bit stronger feelings as it relates to really helmets and safety and why we should be wearing them. So let's get into the real reason why I think helmets should be worn. They should be law. It should be something that we're always doing when we're on our motorcycles for safety. And this is really my opinion, and I would caution you and say, I'm not forcing my opinion on anybody. I don't judge people who do or don't wear their helmets. This is just what I think because of my personal experience. So I was on the back of a Harley when I was 10 years old. We were riding in Southern California and the sun was setting behind us. Again, I was on the back as a passenger. There was a car on our right side and it was pretty far ahead. The driver that I was riding behind could tell immediately that this driver in the car couldn't see us and was inching forward, gonna pull out in front of us. And so, last minute, laid the bike down, the bike slid, I slid off the back of the bike and kind of slid into a seating position and then went straight back on my head. And after I hit the highway, I rolled over into dead man's position. So my hands were kind of like this, my head was turned sideways, and I was sliding on my stomach along the highway. I remember at one point opening my eyes and seeing yellow line, yellow line, yellow line, yellow line passing in front of my face. And I just remembered, I closed my eyes and thought to myself, I'll just wait till I stop. And when I stopped, my face shield had ground off an opening, so my nose was nearly right against the ground. I got up, I undid the chin strap on my helmet, and it was cracked all the way down the middle and essentially broken in half. I pulled my jacket from behind me and dropped it on the ground. It was completely shredded. And I walked over to the side of the road and I sat down in a sand dune because we were out in the desert in Southern California, and I just sat there. That's why I'm a proponent for helmets. I was 10 years old. Had I not been wearing a helmet, I wouldn't have survived. I would have died out there on that Southern California highway. And so for me, it's something that's extremely personal. I don't ever ride without my helmet. And in fact, I really I take it the next step further, and I really think that you should be wearing a full face helmet. So again, I caution you, before you throw up all the hate in the comments, this is my opinion based on personal experience. My personal experience tells me I wouldn't have survived. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have a family. I wouldn't be doing any of these things, much less riding now, had I not been wearing my helmet when I was 10 years old on that Southern California highway. So it really lends itself to a different kind of feeling when it comes to helmet and helmet safety. Now, I said that I believe they should be law, and I think it should be. I think that I feel strongly enough about the safety of helmets and why we should wear them that I do feel like it should be a law. Again, I'm not disparaging those people that don't wear it or feel like it infringes on their personal freedoms or whatever. And I know people think that that's an overstep or government overstep, or and that's fine. You can feel that way, and you're most certainly entitled to feel that way. Again, this is about my personal feeling on why I think helmets should be worn. And again, I said that I like full face helmets instead, and that's really because, if you do the research and you look it up, most injuries when you're not wearing a helmet come in the chin and face area because that's, a part that's going to hit the ground. The argument always is that, well, if I got into an accident at highway speeds, I'm not going to survive anyway, so why should I wear a helmet? That's not necessarily an untrue statement. However, research is going to show you that most accidents happen at much, much slower speeds. And honestly, if you tip your bike in a parking lot of a gas station and you're pulling in going 5 or 10 miles an hour and you slam your head on the ground, you're likely not to survive that because your head can't take that kind of impact. Wearing a helmet, very survivable. A tip over like that, hitting your head on the ground, likely not going to kill you. In fact, you might not even get injured. So there are reasons like that I think are good and solid reasons why I think we should all be wearing a helmet. And for me, how I like to ride, I like to travel. I like to travel long distances, and wearing a helmet just really cuts down on wind fatigue. You can breathe better. You can wear comms units. I like to wear comms units so I can talk to my wife when she rides with me, or I can talk to my buddies that are riding with me too. So there's multiple reasons why I really believe in wearing helmets. And again, I'll say this for a third time. I'm not trying to infringe on anybody's personal freedoms, and I wouldn't disparage anybody for not wearing a helmet. I just personally feel like they should be worn, and that universally we should all consider doing that. Now, I've heard comments before. People say, well, if we make helmets a law, what comes next? How far are we going to let this go? Again, I don't want to get into all the politics of all of that, because that's really not what it's about for me. For me, it's about personal experience and why I wear them and what it means to me. So there you go. There's the reasons that I'm going to give you for why I think you should be wearing a helmet, and you should wear it all the time when you're riding your motorcycle. I appreciate your time. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. I'll put a link to a video up here or over here that you might like. Hit the subscribe button. Again, that's going to be over here. I never know where it's going to land. And I thank you guys for watching my video. This is Kid Moto. I'm out.